Alright, what's up everybody? Another trade, another win today. Really good trade. Today I also had the opportunity to hop in one more trade. I didn't do it because my stop would have been far too large. And that would have been a partial opportunity, but I spoke about it in my Discord group that was a trade I wanted to take. And ultimately from there was a third trade to go short. I also didn't trade that because I already had the win. There was no need for me to look to take another trade. But also, Project X had an issue today, so I couldn't even take that third trade, even if I wanted to. So let's break it all down, right? What happened today and why I took what I did. So coming into the day, we were bearish. I always thought at some point we're coming into this new week opening gap. Didn't know exactly when that would be, but I knew we were coming into it, right? So this is our new week opening gap. You can see the low to the close of last week, which is Friday, to the open of this week, which is Monday. That's our gap. So coming into the 1 hour, price comes into it, and we start having some form of reaction. So I'm like, all right, cool. Since this is new week opening gap, there's liquidity here. I'm expecting us to get some form of a reaction before ultimately going lower. Unfortunately, it couldn't get in the one going lower because, well, Project X has an issue. So let's cut on down to the 5 minute. The 5 minute, you can see it's very aggressive down and in. And at this point, I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get in this, but we'll see. So cut on down to the 1 minute. You can see our line here. This is our inverse right here. So it's a little bit bigger. Right. So now remember, I'm only trading the reaction. I'm not looking to trade this bullish at all. I'm really looking for us to go to one area of liquidity before anything happens and for us to come back short. So here's what happens. We come into the FEG. We react to the FEG once, twice, and then on this third candle, the fourth candle, what I really like about this is that this candle starts from below the FEG, bursts straight through it. That's a very strong, momentous candle there. So from that point, I got in. I got in a little bit higher than the open. Price came down. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get stopped out. And then we pulled back and we closed above the FEG. From there, that gave me the confidence to be like, all right, cool, we're going higher for sure. Now it's just a matter of let's go break even when we can. This candle printed. I put my stop below that candle, immediately cutting my risk in half. Beautiful, no issues, love it. And once this candle printed, I was fully break even, and I just pretty much held straight up to target. It's around 20, I think it was 2150 for this, 2140, something like that, for this particular trade. Great trade, no qualms about it. Really and truly very, very good trade, considering the context. So that's the win. Oh, and this was full volume also. I didn't take any partials on this. Usually I would, but I mean, we were pushing so hard. I was like, nah, we're not taking any partials until we take out this area of liquidity. Second trade, which was another great trade, that I didn't take it because of where my stop would have had to be. So price comes down into our FEG. We get a reaction. Price pushes out. Great, love it. Price looks to come back down. So this whole time when price is coming back down, my goal is for there to be some form of a sweep of liquidity before I can look to go any higher, right? So I was really looking at this low to get swept, which is exactly what happens. And then we have our inverse, or our FEG that turns into an inverse. And this candle pushes very strong. I'm like, ooh, that looks good. All right, cool. Let's see what if we can get in on the next candle. And the answer to that question is, yeah, we probably could have, but our stop was too big. I had a 57 point stop, so my stop was all down here because I was covering 57. Why is it all the way down here? Well, I was covering this FEG as well. right? So I kind of had to cover both of these. I had to cover this FEG as well as take it at the entry, right? And my break even was pretty quick, right? I would have been break even after the first trade, and price never did come back. But to me, it wasn't the best trade. My target was a 930 open, just here, so you can see we missed it. But partials would have been taking along the way. Definitely taking some form of partials at this high. That's not debatable. And obviously we would have been break even. So, but you can see, you know, 1.72 hour trade, not necessarily the best thing, especially with how large this stop was. 57 points is a bit ridiculous for me. So I say, you know what, not taking it. And I'm just going to let it run. But I saw it playing out. I put it in Discord, as I said, like, yo, this is a trade I'm looking at. Couldn't take it because the stop is too big. Let me see if I can actually show you that. Here it is. Didn't take this one, even though it's textbook. Stop loss 57 points, too large for me. But I'm predicting price to the, it's supposed to be 930 high. And you can see we came back and we had a, what do you call it? It would have been a win, but we would have come back to break even in probably 50% or 60%, probably 50%, because I'm only doing 2 contracts on anything this size. So that was in the second trade. Decent. Now here's the third trade, which is, at this point, Project X crashed or something happened to it. So we were like here when Project X crashed. So here's what I saw. So we have this FEG, and I was like, ooh, if we close below this, that's going to be pretty much time for us to go short, because now we're looking at our continuations of our hourly, price, right? Hourly price is bearish, 15-minute price is bearish, right? We're looking for continuations of that, which, as you can see right now, is exactly what's happening. So that's what I was looking for, and I was like, oh, this would be perfect. And there are actually technically 2 entries here. If you didn't want to take, so what do we need, right? We need some form of super liquidity. In order for me to get in any trade, I need a super liquidity. Now this high, all right, was not taken out, as you can see. But if we look at ES for that same 930 high, this is 930, so let's put that on there. You can see we have, we have an SMT, right? So I don't trade SMTs, so it's not something I would have taken. I would have just said, you know what, we didn't sweep. Why didn't we sweep? So just no trade for me. But for those who do trade SMTs, which I know is a lot of people, this would have been the textbook trade, right? Same thing, stop here. Entry there, stop above the candle. It's about a 33 point stop. Target will break even, first off. We'll be right here. And I mean, easy first target is the low of the liquidity. Easy first target. You're looking at 4R right there. I mean, obviously the overall target, we'd want to put in a new low, which we're coming close to, but I mean, this is a straight shot, easy first target. And there we go, taken out. So yeah, 3 really good trades. I mean, this week has been extreme. November has been phenomenal. And it feels as though we're finally back into like January, February, March type of price action. Very sure of what's going on, and I love it. I actually have 3 winning trades in a row for the first time in a while. In a long time, probably since back in April again, actually. So yeah, really pleased with my performance today. Tomorrow's another day. I should be able to pass both of my challenges tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that. If it is that I get a win, right? I'm not going to take just any type of trade. I'm going to take a very deliberate trade. Like if I can get into something like this and this has like a 25 to 30 point stop, oh man, that's bread and butter. I'm taking that all day. Right? And then I'll be past, and that'll be the end of that. And then into live funds. But I will speak more on that when the time comes. So yeah, that's pretty much the trade recap from today, the 13th of November.